Here's chapter 2 of Junie B. First Grader Dumb Bunny, and it is called Clothes and Nubs. Lucille was still mad at lunch. I just don't get it, she grouched. How could anyone forget the Easter Bunny? The Easter Bunny brings candy right to your door. Lenny did a frown at her. He doesn't bring candy to my door, Lucille, he said. The Easter Bunny has a different religion than me. I'm Jewish. Shirley nodded. I'm Jewish too, Lucille. I've never even been to an Easter egg hunt before. What do you wear to something like that anyway? Lucille stood up and fluffed herself. Well, since the Easter Bunny and I are the same religion, I'm going to wear a fancy Easter dress, Shirley. Shirley thought for a minute. Then she nodded. I guess I'll wear a fancy Jewish dress. Lenny's eyes lighted up. Really, Shirley? You mean we have our own clothing line? He asked. He smiled. Then I think I'll wear some fancy Jewish pants, he said. My friend Herbert tapped on his chin. Let's see. Since I'm a Presbyterian, I guess I should wear Presbyterian pants, he said. He turned and looked at me. Presbyterian means we iron out our wrinkles, I think. Just then, Sheldon slapped on the table with his hand. Hey, I know. I'll wear a fancy turban. A fancy turban is religious clothes, right? I love fancy turbans, he asked. Mr. Scary was listening to us while we ate. He quick put down his sandwich. Boys and girls, you're getting way off track here, he said. Lucille's Easter egg hunt is not a religious party. Really, I've spoken to her mother about it. It's more of a spring picnic with an egg hunt activity. Am I right, Lucille? Yes, she said. My mother said the Easter Bunny isn't even working that day. He's just gonna pop around the party. And smile and have his picture taken with people. I thought about that for a second. I don't think bunnies should smile, I said. Bunnies have yellow teeth, like clown teeth, except bunny teeth are way pointier. Sheldon nodded. My Aunt Bunny has a pointy tooth, he said. She can stab a pickle with it, and the pickle just stays there. All of us stared at him. Sheldon has the interestingest family I ever heard of. Lucille did a big breath. Well, I don't care about pointy bunny teeth. Bunnies have cute floppy ears and puffy fluffy tails and itchy twitchy noses. I kept on picturing their teeth. Bunny teeth can nibble your head into a nub, I said. No, they cannot, Junie B. Jones, she said back. Oh, yes, they can, Lucille, whatever your last name is, I said. I saw it on Oprah. Mr. Scary glared at me. I ducked down in my seat and I quieted my voice. Oprah has a lot of nub information, I said very soft. Mr. Scary glared again. I started to squirm. Teachers can spot a fib from a mile away. At recess, Lucille told us more about the party. She said that there was going to be lots of delicious food to eat. Plus, also, there was going to be an exciting prize for the Easter egg winner. And wait till you hear this, she said. My daddy is going to hide a real pretend golden egg, and whoever finds the golden egg will win the grand prize of the day. And that is a fabulous play date with me, Lucille. She twirled around and hugged herself. It's not just any old fabulous play date with me either. The winner is going to get to go swimming with me in my heated indoor swimming pool that we just had enclosed. She did a little shiver and rubbed her arms. Isn't that exciting, everyone? She asked. Doesn't that just give you the tingles? She looked around. Well, doesn't it? Doesn't it make you tingle all over? All of the children looked curious at each other. Herbert rocked back and forth on his feet a minute. I think you mean tingles, he said at last. Jose nodded. See, Lucille, you definitely mean tingles. Lucille squinted at those two. Tingles, tinkles, whatever. The point is, a play date with me gives you goosebumps all over your arms. Just look at your arms, people. Don't you see them? Don't you see the goosebumps? All of us looked at our arms. None of us saw goosebumps. We waited and waited real patience, and then finally, goosebumps! shouted Sheldon. I see goosebumps, Lucille! He ran to her and pointed. Look, Lucille, see them? See my goosebumps? Lucille's face beamed, very happy. Oh, Sheldon! Those are the goosiest goosebumps I ever saw. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you for those goosebumps, she said. After that, she gave him a big hug, and she waved her fingers at us. Well, ta-ta, everyone. It's time for me to go look at myself in the cafeteria window. Then she shook her shiny hair, and she skipped away. Sheldon kept on standing there. He was shocked from the hug, I think. Then all of a sudden, his whole face lighted up, and he began to shout, Lucille, wait up! I'll look at myself in the cafeteria window with you, he shouted. He took off skipping after her. I smiled at that. I think Sheldon has a crush on Lucille, I said to my friend Herbert. Herb looked at me funny. Oh, I'm sorry, I messed up. I think Sheldon has a crunch on Lucille, I said to my friend Herbert. Herb looked at me funny. You mean crush, Junie B. He has a crush on Lucille. I started to laugh. Don't be ridiculous, Herbert. It's definitely crunch. I am excellent at expressions. Herb looked at me funny again. I do not know why. After a minute, Sheldon and Lucille skipped past us. They were smiling and giggling and chasing each other. Sheldon was calling to her. "Come back here, you springy little lamb," he called. I slapped my knee. Springy little lamb. He called her a springy little lamb. That's a hoot, I said. May heard me talking. "It's not funny, Junie Jones. Can't you see what he's doing? Sheldon is trying to get in good with Lucille, so she'll tell him where the golden egg is hidden. He's just trying to win a playdate to swim in her pool." She followed him with her eyes. He's not going to get away with it, though. After that, she cupped her hands around her mouth and she shouted after him, "You can just forget about it, Sheldon Potts. I'm going to be the one who finds the golden egg, not you. I've got eyes like a red-tailed hawk." I looked over her very curious. May has a lot of bird parts, I believe. Also, she's cuckoo. And that is not name-calling. That is just the truth.